What's up, everyone? This is your magically magical Magic Man V here, and as you may have noticed, there's no game, there's nothing. It's because I've mostly just been wanting to address a certain topic that has been blowing up on YouTube recently, and that is the whole the whole PewDiePie thing about him being anti-Semitic in any way. And get out of here, all fists on my desktop. We don't need that at the moment. Now, I'd like to address this right now. I don't like making videos like this. I like being goofy. You know me. I like saying random stuff. I like rambling on about, random things as I play games. It's fun. It's like one of my favorite things to do. But this ultimately has something that probably should be addressed immediately. But I'll be honest. Most of the things I'm going to be saying right now has most likely already been said by the higher YouTubers such as Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie himself with his own response. But now, let me tell you, while I may be a small YouTuber, I still have a heart, a mouth, and a mind, and they all need to speak right now. Now, let me just go ahead and start by saying, humor exists for a reason. It's to help us cope with certain things. It's supposed to be, it makes certain things satirical, even though it's not meant to be satirical. But it exists to at least help us feel comfortable in certain situations. Even if the joke may be in bad taste, maybe if it was delivered wrong, it's still a joke nonetheless, and it shouldn't be taken too seriously. Well, apparently multiple people would probably like to say otherwise, because in fact, I'd probably admit I might have some bias towards it, with my views on this, obviously, but I can at least understand how people could be sensitive towards the topic that he did. But mostly, he wasn't doing that because these aren't his views, like the Wall Street Journal and Washington Post have been saying to him that's been bugging him for months on end now. Like, because I can even remember, he was basically he was making that video to prove a point. How far websites are willing to go for just $5. Money. It all boils down to money. It's just evil incarnate, is what I'd sometimes like to call it. We all hate it, but undoubtedly we need it to survive. So I'm willing to make money, but I'm also not willing to get dirty money. But sadly, these people are willing to take any kind they get. So let me tell you something. His videos were just to prove a point, and I've witnessed multiple times on how they've blown things out of proportion. Multiple times. Like, one of the biggest ones I can remember, it was one of the more recent ones. Take, for instance, when he was about to reach 50 million subscribers, he said he'd delete his YouTube channel. Now, people were just going crazy over this. Like, some people were denying it, which those were the right ones. I mean, we see he's still kicking now with his channel with over 53 million. But the things that I have seen a lot of mainstream media post about why he's quitting, it's asinine. It's inhumane, really. And one of the biggest things I've seen was that he's quitting. Like, the reason he was quitting because he was a fascist. I was, what? I don't think you correlated those two correctly, because I have not seen once in any of his videos that he was anything pro anti-Semitism, pro not fascism, pro anything towards the Nazi movement, or in any way possible that could be deemed racist. But you know how the mainstream media works. I honestly think sometimes when new employees are brought forward to them, the first thing they say to them is, "We're not here to give people honest, fair news. We're here to get more views and earn more money." Nothing else matters, apparently. Not even human decency, even respecting another's opinions, is still frowned upon, apparently. Like, it's like a trending agenda that people are just saying, respect my views or you're gonna be killed or brought down for it. I'm just, what? How does that even make any sense? Like, it's very hypocritical at times too, because I've come across some people on my campus and they said, oh, I can accept criticism well, and I can also give people honest criticism. And the double standard I've seen, where as soon as they say that, they go right ahead and do the complete opposite. Where I'll just go ahead and demonstrate my views if they ask for it, and I'll just let them know ahead of time, like, I just want you to know that these are my views and you asked for them, so please understand that I want to defend my views. And I think that's the one key element that they don't understand. They don't understand that we want that other people have views and they're willing to defend them. But I guess simple labeling, as Markiplier put it before, simple labeling is much simpler. Everyone is apparently defined by a label now. And I really like to wish the world isn't black and white, as Jacksepticeye says it isn't. Well, I'm sorry, Jack, but I might have to disagree with you on that. This world, it relies solely on basically labels, stereotypes, all of them. And as much as it pains me to admit it, it all falls down to it. And I think that's what's killing me the most. How basically the golden rule aspect that Markiplier brought up, it has just flown out the window. It's basically a theory at this point, as if it's not even self-evident. Because I've just seen so much, like, hypocrisy, like, so much hate, people, and grudging of vengeance. I just see most people falling on this now. And that's what's bugging me the most, where we don't live in a society anymore where people can dish out their opinions and back it up with logic and reasoning, and the people who they are having a civilized disagreement with can do the same thing. That world no longer exists. We're living in a world of basically assimilation. You either accept this one view, or you're just wrong entirely and you should feel bad about it. It's as if they want you to feel bad for just being different. That's what all this boils down to. People hate difference. They hate change. It even says, a lot of people say that too. The hardest thing a man can do is change. And modern society is definitely proving that point at the moment. Now, that's all this is all I'm willing to talk about at the moment. I know it was mostly just dribble the same thing over and over again, but I just want people to know that while the big YouTubers, I'm just proving right now that big YouTubers have opinions too, and they're willing to defend them, and they're willing to defend each other. And but I'm here to show them that even little YouTubers like me, that only has like 16 subscribers, which I'm actually pretty happy with, even small ones like me that don't reach far into multiple audiences, we also have strong views that we would also like to bring forth into the public. Because people idolize celebrities every now and then. People idolize celebrity behavior. And some people even cherish them as if they're a god. Like, they follow their standards so much, and they keep telling them, and these big YouTubers just keep telling them, we're all the same. I may have more subscribers than you, not to sound narcissistic or anything, but I have nowhere to talk since I have you, but it's like, I may have more viewers than you, but that doesn't mean I'm more of a man than you are. I still see each other as equal, and that's how I feel. We may differ in popularity, but I think we're all equal. We're all equal is what I want everything to boil down to. But I guess people just don't see that anymore. And I guess that's what I'm mostly making this video about, because people just don't seem to understand decency. It's worrying, actually. Like, the newest generations that are coming out here, and what they're looking up to at the moment is just some people who are, they're just ordinary people. Now, people can obviously argue with me on that, I'm not gonna lie. And this is no hate speech towards them either. I watch all of them. I watch a lot of big YouTubers who have differing views than me, definitely, because I love their content. Despite their views maybe being different than mine, I still love them as a neighbor, and I still love to watch their videos because they're funny as hell. They're entertaining. They're fun. But I guess people see everything as black and white nowadays. Either you have a differing view, so that just means you're my enemy. And I really wish the world didn't have to come to that. I guess that's just my whole topic. That's it. And from what I've said before. And I know this video just changed drastically. Like the way I've basically been talking about these have changed differently, like what the main thing is and everything, but I just want people to understand that, like, even though we all strive for the things we want, just remember that there are going to be people that are going to be willing to bring you down just for the sake of doing so. And my response to you guys, for those people, resist them. Even treat them as if they don't exist. It's like hater comments. Treat them as if like, take it with a grain of salt. It's not much. It's not gonna reflect, and it's not gonna make you do such a huge reflection to where you have to change completely just to be molded into a view that you don't want to be in. I'm strongly for just believing what you want. Go ahead. Even if it's something bad, like, even if I may completely disagree with you and I might have to go up against you, I'll at least respect you for honoring your decision and your decision only. But I guess people don't realize it nowadays. And I guess the people I could blame mostly at the moment is mainstream media, or just media in general. They just seem to take things a little too far, which is what PewDiePie pointed out. And I don't have really more people to reference other than those big three, because I haven't seen other... Well, I have seen other main people like Power Cynical put their viewpoints on this entire situation, because every big YouTuber wants to make it clear on their situation just so they can move on, which is completely fine. But yeah, I think what I'm just trying to say is everyone has different views, and you just need to accept it, and that you shouldn't just blindly follow people. You shouldn't just blindly follow advice that you've read online or just anywhere. You have to do everything yourself, believe it or not. And I know it sounds hard, believe me, but actually putting in the effort to actually form your own view and to actually be able to properly back it up, I think that's better than just assimilating to a view that's already been backed up by someone else. I think that's the simplest thing I would really like everyone to do. Sorry about that pause. There was a problem with Discord. Now, I don't even know where I left off with, but I think that's just a good sign to say I think this ramble's done. I think I've talked about it long enough to explain my viewpoints of this entire situation. Even though no one has really asked me, I just really want to throw my 10 cents on all this just to show people how I felt. And I also kind of want this to be encouraging to other people, to show people, for people to explain their views. Now, and trust me, people, I do not like making videos like these. I don't like being serious for too long, because Oh, it feels so. It's it feels heavy. It feels really heavy to talk about these matters, but they do need to be addressed at least. Even though they've already been addressed, and I'm basically just adding on. But whatever. So anyway, I'm just gonna go back to making my videos. I just wanted to make this. In fact, I think one of the videos I'm gonna post later on today is going to be I might do a shout out for Shout Out Saturday, and I'm just gonna pick a random person and just shout them out. And I don't know why. I just feel like that helping other people would helping other people feels nice. It really does. So anyway, I think that does it for this episode, people. So if you liked it, push that like button right now. Subscribe below to become a magician today. This is your magically magical Magic Man V here, and I am out.